We have 3 more years to win the Premier League with Brighton. In our first season we finished in 6th place. In our second season we finished in 7th place. And this year we are predicted to finish in 8th place. So in terms of, mathematical trends, that's a logical prediction, 6th, 7th, 8th. But I'm hoping for Champions League football this year. We could even push for the Premier League if we play our cards right. And we're starting our season today. Welcome to the 3rd season of the Jürgen Klopp Challenge. Hey guys, and welcome back to the 21st episode of the Jürgen Klopp Challenge with Brighton, where today we are starting our 2nd season in charge of this football club by facing Brentford and then facing Chelsea in our first 3 Premier League games of the season. Obviously, we're not covering the game against Sheffield United because, just a game against Chelsea is a lot more interesting. Hopefully, we'll win that one off camera. And as I said in the intro, we are starting our 3rd season. Did I just say that? I might have just said that. If I did, I apologise. But what I want you to do before we go any further in this episode is make sure you do smash the like button on today's episode, as well as subscribing to the Rax FM YouTube channel so you don't miss the future daily-ish Football Manager content that's coming your way with this series. Can we please get 10 likes on today's episode as well to give ourselves a good boost in the YouTube algorithm and in the general morale of our team in this first game of this season. If you haven't watched the last episode, we went over all the transfers, but I won't spoil it for you, so we'll give you a second to click back and take a look. But aside from that, we haven't made any changes since last time we saw each other, and we're ready to go straight away into the first game of the season. As I said, we were predicted 8th. I think we might even get a wee bit higher than that. Only one game's been played so far. It's Man City beating Leicester. I mean, you'd expect that, wouldn't you? And we'll just jump into the first game of the year. Why not? Edouard is starting up top for us. I think he's going to hold down that striker spot for most of the season. I'd say Adeyemi might actually be able to fight for that spot, but I think he'll be good on the right-hand side for us. Being able to use his pace as an inside forward to get down the line, to score some goals. He's got the stats for it. I think it's the right call. And then we've got McAllister and Cam. We've got plenty of options in Cam this year. In fact, we've got like 3 options that could seriously contend for that position, including your main man, Buendia, who we've just brought in. I back McAllister just a wee bit more just because he's currently at the club. And also, of course, Dele Alli. Been a great signing for us, and he isn't quite... I don't know why I picked McAllister, but he's just in there. So we'll rotate it if we need to. But for now, I'm more than happy for him to start. Out on the left-hand side, I think this man is going to start just about every game we can get him to start. It's Jack Grealish. Then with Ward-Prowse in the centre midfield, it's Ruben Neves starting his first game for the club. I think he's going to be an amazing player this year as well. Lamptey at right back, Aguene, White, and Tierney make up our defence with our goalkeeper in between the sticks. Still don't know how to pronounce his name. In terms of substitutes, you can see who we've got in there. Lots of beautiful players. And the only main man... Well, I'd say there's a couple of men in the reserves that really prove how good our team is. Koopman Miner's not even making the reserves. He's making the reserves, not even making the subs. Also got Bernardo being knocked out, Bissouma being knocked out, Gray and Salcedo all not featured in the squad. I hope there will be opportunities for rotation, but for now, this is how we're starting the season. Let's hope that we start it with a win, and let's give some numbers before we go into that. Very intense stuff. It's important before a game. You gotta make sure that you get the right numbers for your players. I think that makes sense to me. 7 for Adeyemi. I mean, that's not really a striker number, but we'll go with it anyway. Let's jump into the first game of the season at home against Brentford. I think it should be a win. It's away from home against Brentford. Now I'm starting to have flashbacks to Arsenal versus Brentford on the first day of the season. And I'm starting to think perhaps we won't be getting the win. But, I back our team more than I back that Arsenal team on the day. We've got the quality, we've got the ability, and we've got an opportunity straight off the bat. It's Ward-Prowse playing it over to Tierney. Grealish on his debut as well. So many people on their debut today. Ruben Neves, Grealish, and he just about turned himself into a hero of this club within 30 seconds of his debut. What a shot. Just curling around, not quite enough though, and it's just hit the post and gone out of play. But a brilliant start for us, clearly showing a level of ability in comparison to the Brentford side. and it needs to turn into a couple more highlights if we're actually going to be winning this match. After 20 minutes, not seeing anything else, but we do see one now. Ward-Prowse puts it in. It's not gone into the back of the net though. Edouard put it against the woodwork, but the chance isn't over yet, but I feel like it is over. Penny out to Aguine into Ruben Neves. Yeah, no, that's all she wrote for that one. But a very promising start for us. Just not been lucky enough to get it into the back of the net. We've hit the frame of the goal twice now, and Edouard has picked up a knock. I think he's able to play through it, so we'll leave him on just for a while. But we do have Maupay, who's just signed a new contract, on the bench. I think we all back his ability. But now it's Brentford on the ball. And if we concede now, it's going to be very much against the run of play. Don't let it happen, boys. We've got great defence. They're not showing it there, though, as they literally let them do exactly what I asked them not to. Come on. That's so against the run of play. We've seen so many chances for us, and that's their second shot of the game. And of course it ends up in the back of the net. It's just unfortunate, but we can bounce back in the second half, and I think I'm going to have to bring Edouard off just to make sure that he's not getting injured. Far from pleased with the performance. And maybe Adeyemi's going up top. And we're bringing Buendia on the right-hand side. He can play as a winger. And we'll chuck Grealish as an inside forward on attack. Those are my tactical changes. Those are my moves. I think it's going to help us in the second half. I mean, it's never good to have the main man, Edouard, being brought off. I'd love to see him score in the first game of the season. Unfortunately, it's not happening this year. But as long as we get the result, it doesn't matter. And it's not happening right now. But Emi Buendia is on the ball right now. Potentially getting his first assist, first sort of contribution to the club. What's he doing with it? He's played it back. You know, he's not on the ball anymore. But he's still in and around that area that the ball is. And trying to pop up. But it doesn't matter right now. As it's through to him and he's put it wide of the post. I thought that Adeyemi was definitely offside. I don't know why he's not turned and shot himself, but it's led to a great opportunity, but not one that's ended up in the back of the net as per usual. As Buendia on the corner kick, not quite gone into the mix of where we want it to go, but we've still got the ball. Ruben Neves into White, and we're playing it back from the centre backs. I don't mind it as long as it creates an opportunity at the end of it. Oh, and we've played it back to the goalkeeper. If you're a long-term subscriber, you'll know I have this thing about thinking that when you play it back to the goalkeeper, it means there's about to be a goal. It hasn't worked very much lately. And with 30 minutes to go in this game, we've got a bit of a lag, and it doesn't look good for us. Although we keep attacking. Like, we've had so many opportunities to score in comparison to the one that they did score. But it's not happening so far. Is it going to happen now? It is going to happen now. Adeyemi on his debut, scoring the goal, making himself a hero. And Emi Buendia coming off the bench, getting an assist, helping us get at least a point in this game at this point in time. And it's looking much better for us now. And I'm going to make another substitute. It's going to be Ruben Neves. Not seeing him play bad at all. But I just think it's good to get Dominguez onto the pitch early on in his career. See what he can do in front of the away fans that are travelling. Oh, don't concede now. Don't concede now. Thank goodness. It's gone over the bar. And 20 minutes of football left to play to get ourselves a goal, to get ourselves all 3 points in a game that we deserve to be getting all 3 points. Is it going to happen? We've got the ball back. Aguine playing it forward to Dominguez on his debut, and to Grealish again on his debut. Playing it over to Emi again on his debut. He's already got an assist, but he's blasted it so far wide. I don't know what he was intending there, but I really hope it wasn't that. And McAllister's looking tired. Ward-Prowse is looking tired. I think some changes have to be made, and it's the final one. It's going to be McAllister to come off and Dele Alli to come on. And you know what? We're even putting Buendia on an attacking men's. I think he's going to create something for us in these last few minutes, and we're going positive. 9 minutes of football to go, and we have a chance as soon as I move it onto positive. That's what we like to see. A bit of positive energy, creating some positivity in the club, but it's not resulted in a positive outcome, although we do have a chance straight afterwards. And if you can hear a bell ringing in the background, my cat is really not loving the fact that I am recording right now when she's playing with a toy in the background, so I apologise for that. She stopped, so you might. Oh no, she's back at it again. I really hope this. Well, I kind of hope it is being brought up in the footage, because, to be honest, I sound pretty weird if I'm bringing it up and no one can hear it. But it does. Oh, I was about to say it doesn't matter right now because we've scored, but we haven't scored. Such a good chance. And that was another great one. Ben White blasts it over the bar. Can we have one more opportunity? We do have one more opportunity. Tierney into Dele Alli. Ward-Prowse into Buendia. Adam Yemi. Oh no. Not again. Oh, one last chance, Football Manager. I know I've already asked for a couple of last chances. I've encouraged them. Come on. One last highlight. Something. Nothing. And we have had to absolutely fight for that point. We deserved a win. We absolutely deserved a win. But we haven't gotten it. And that is, it's just not good enough. It's disheartening because we have outplayed them in so many departments, just not the goal scoring department. And that's the most important department in football. Oh, no. All right. Well, it's a shaky start to the season, but a lot of positives to take out of that. We would expect to be dominating a game like that, and we have. We didn't get the result. Let's go play this match at home, which we definitely should be beating against Sheffield United, and then face Chelsea away from home. That's going to be a real test to show whether or not we're going to be pushing for the title this year, or just, sitting around the Europa League spots. Now that is more like it. A 3-1 win at home against Sheffield United, and it puts us in decent form as we go up against Chelsea. But before we go into that match, we have made some signings and some sales since last time we saw each other. Starting off with the signing, it's a loan deal, and Nathan Ake is joining us for the season. Don't think I'll buy him at the end of it. I mean, he's not bad, but he's not the best signing I've ever made, so I'm happy it's only a loan move. And in terms of sales, we've gotten rid of Van Heck for 7 million, Richards for 9.5, and we've also gotten rid of Nathaniel Klein for 3.1. This one was an emotional one. I just have an affiliation to this man. He keeps playing decent for us year in, year out. Rotation player, brought him in on a free, but he's not going to play any more games, unfortunately. We've got Bernardo, who can play as a right back, and as well as Holgate, who can also play in that position. We've got too many options, and yeah, I don't think he's getting too much game time from now on. But nonetheless, we're going into this next game with a positive mentality. Not a positive mentality in the game, but, positive mentality not in the game. I'm sure you're all seeing the bid here. Our goalkeeper might be leaving. For £40 million, I'm not going to complain too much. So let's focus on the team. It's the exact same 11 that we had in our last match, and I'm very confident that they're going to put in a decent performance for us today. A lot of support on the wings. I think it worked well last game, especially against a tough opponent like Chelsea that we're versing. I think this is going to be crucial. So let's jump into it. Let's hope that we can show our worth and do something against this Chelsea side. They're up in third place at this current point in time, I believe. Started this season quite well. I mean, this is probably something I should have checked before the game. But in terms of their lineup, it's not massively changed, and in fact I'd say the changes they have made aren't incredible. Areola in there, Kamara, Max, all players that I've had the opportunity to sign and have decided not to sign, so can't be that ridiculous of a squad. Although they have started the season by getting, I don't know, I couldn't find them in the table, but they're starting this game with more shots than us. But we're on the ball for the first highlight. McAllister putting it into the mixer. Emi Martinez puts it just wide of the post, and it's Emi Buendia. I'm sorry about that, Emi. Where are they? They've had about the same start as us, actually. They've had a slightly worse start than us, in fact. I don't know where third place came from, but no, they're definitely not up in third place. So it could actually be a decent performance for us if we manage to get a win. And it actually might be not the most unlikely thing ever based off the way they're playing. And right now, we look like the better side as Ademi scores again, but he's offside this time. It's a great finish by him. He's a brilliant player, honestly. He's doing so well for us. Unfortunately, not onside this time. And I think that was probably a fair decision. We'll take a look at the replay, see how far off he was. Lamptey makes a great run, sees the run of Ademi, but yeah. Mate, you've got an 18 pace. You've got the ability to stay back and then go hit the line. But no, he was impatient today. He needs a little bit of patience, as a wise man once said. The wise man being young blood in KSI's song with him. So just needed to listen to that track a couple more times, and maybe he would have scored there. But it doesn't matter because we're still on the ball now, and we could be scoring just before half, and we have done. James Ward-Prowse kills it into the top corner. 2 goals in 2 games in the last 2. What a performance, what a goal, and what a way to end the first half. We're 1-0 up, away from home against Chelsea, boys and girls. I think there's a chance we could be doing something special this year. Delighted with the performance. I probably would have said, I don't know what I would have said at halftime if we didn't score that, but we have scored it, and that's the important thing. Max throws it into Werner. Let's not let them score straight afterwards. Plays it back to Havertz. We've cleared it out, and that's what we needed. And Ademi, he's got the pace. He's got the ability to go past a couple of them. He doesn't have the shot at the end of it, though, and yeah, maybe right wing is where he belongs, but I'm just not sure, you know. Emi Buendia has gone 2 assists in 2 games, so I feel harsh not starting him. So I think starting Ademi up top makes the most sense. He's also scored 2 goals in 2 games, so he probably deserves it. Here's the assist master. Is he going to play it in? No, yeah, okay. He should focus on passing. Definitely not shooting that one. Gosh, that was an interesting decision, but we'll go with it either way. I think he's actually going to make way now. We're going to play Edouard and bring Ademi onto that right-hand side. I think he will do well as an inside forward in this match. I think this is a real highlight. That was not English that I said before. I think this is a real highlight because I believe it started just before I made that tactical change. Let's hope it's not a goal. He's offside. He's got to be off, thank goodness. Both of us have had offside goals now. I feel like it's evened out, although the other one was offside 100%, but that one looked clearly offside based off the position he was standing in. Unless Belotti has now got 20 pace in this game, no, he's just quite a while offside there. 20 minutes left in this match. We just need to hold on. Ruben Neves is not playing amazingly, so I'm going to bring him off, and Koopman Miners is going to come on. I really did think we'd sell him, but I don't think it's going to happen. Unfortunately, he's going to stay at the club. I say unfortunately, he's quite a good player, but I tell you who else is a good player? Ademi. He has scored 3 from 3. What a signing this man has turned out to be. And now with only 13 minutes, we just have to hold on to the 2-goal lead that we have. Do not concede now. Literally a minute and a half afterwards, we concede. Do not let this crumble. Do not let this crumble, boys. We have played so well to get ourselves into this position against the run of play, I think a lot would say. Are we going to get the win, though? I'm not making substitutions. I should have made substitutions. Don't score. Please don't score, Chelsea. Koopman Miners heads it away. Kante's got the ball back, though. He's moving forward. Plays it into Mason Mount. James is in. He's well on. And Abraham scores. And now I'm making a substitution. Oh, for goodness sake. How does that happen? That is so... We've been so dominant this entire game. And then just one lucky break by them. I'm actually bringing Demarai Gray on. And we're going to play Grealish and Cam. And Gray's going as an inside forward as well. How have we let that happen? I want the points, boys. We're going positive. We're trying to get this win. Are we seeing a highlight? We see a highlight straight away. And this has made me nervous, actually. Because I want the win, but I also don't want to concede again. Imagine if we concede again. Oh, I don't even want to imagine that. Koopman Miners tackles him. We get it back. Ben White over to Demarai Gray. He's a super sub. Play it through. Or do it yourself. Go yourself. Demarai Gray. So close. A great save by Areola. Areola clears it long. No way this is still the highlight. Pulisic. Don't do it. He's put it over the bar. Thank goodness. We're going to encourage them because everyone's looking upset based off that goal that's just gone in. Probably because, you know, we had a 2-goal lead 2 seconds ago. But we're not seeing any more highlights. And that is... Oh, that's frustrating. We've done brilliantly. We've done really well, but just in the last few seconds, we've let it slip. And I think my decision to sell our goalkeeper for £40 million is starting to become justified. Because, don't get me wrong, I don't think they were terrible, you know, saves or anything, but I don't know how confident he was in between the sticks. You know, the Mason Mount free kick, that could have been saved. And if I actually take a look at his rating in the game, because, you know, you have to simulate forwarded data to actually check that, he only played a 6.5. Yeah, I think a new goalkeeper's coming in the next episode, so make sure you don't miss it. We'll be wrapping up the transfer window, and we will also be playing in the Europa League 2 against this team, I guess. Do I even bother? Where is that? Nah, don't bother with that. I'll be playing against probably West Ham and Tottenham in the next 2 games. Oh no, that's the Carabao Cup. No one cares about the Carabao Cup. Maybe I'll play against the Leeds. I'll work it out off camera, but for now, this is where we're ending it. Not a bad start to the season. Undefeated. 2 decent performances, but 2 draws in the end. And that's not exactly what we want. 2 games we definitely should have won. but not the way the cookie crumbled. But a good start nonetheless, and still more transfers to be made. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to smash the like button if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe to the Brighton FM YouTube channel if you are new, and I will see you all later.